Hello and welcome to this video today. I am about to show you snippets and some details of everything that I sold on eBay for the past month. And then at the end of this video, I'll be back and I will share with you some real specifics, my total profit, what I lost on, and just so on and so forth. So this is my first sale for the month of January, a simplicity pattern. Pre-owned but factory folded, ready to go. Love selling sewing patterns. So this particular pattern cost me 25 cents and I sold it for $8.35. I will mail it with the eBay standard envelope very affordably.
This is a Christmas Kitties panel. The name on the salvage of this is actually Festive Cats Label, and it's by Mauer. I'm not sure how you say it. Anyways, this is the second one I sold. I have one more of these, and I sold this for $12. And then a couple pre-owned paperbacks. It's your death. Make the most of it. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Anyways, also vintage, obviously. This I sold for $18.75, so it must be fairly rare. And then a like new paperback, I Am a Son, and this I sold for $13.99. Then I have two illuminating palettes, Cargo HD. These are from Wholesale Ninjas. Had them a while. And so the two of these went together for $13.35. Then this is, I don't know if Karen still makes embroidery floss or needlepoint floss or thread, but at some point they had a company called Wildflowers, and I came across a lot of their threads at the Goodwill. I think there was like 5 bags. I bought them, and I've just been selling them. I kind of put them together in different groupings. So these are actually 6 of the same skein of a shade called Sunset, and they all have the same dye lot. And these are sold for $29.99. So this is just a pre-owned vintage paperback, Ironside commentary on X. In good condition, and this is sold for $10.49. Okay, I have 3 little items today. This is a pre-owned paperback head wraps, 10 crochet projects. I've had this a while. I sold this for $9.45. And then there is a cut of a fabric by Michael Miller, and this is a half yard of one of the Fairy Frost shades. You can see there it says Fairy. Here's what I paid for it. So they make these in all different shades to just kind of blend with other fabrics. I think they're so cute, and I love the name Fairy Frost. So this is Fairy Frost Red, and I sold this for $12. And then a pre-owned but unused vintage pattern. Love this design, particularly I would like to wear that with like a turtleneck. I love vests and things like that that keep your core nice and warm. So today I have this applique project little kit, and it's for a calendar of runners. They are really cute. And it has all of the pieces inside of here that goes with it to make it. This I have had listed a little while. Just sold it for $18.75. And then I have a pre-owned paperback in beautiful condition, Mental Health and the Church. And this I sold for $8.99. Okay, so I have my sales for the weekend. I have 9. To start, we have 2 sewing patterns, both pre-owned but factory folded, uncut. This is just a cute little dress jacket set, and this I sold for $17.99. Divine Details. This is a Vogue pattern. And then a Simplicity. This is a fleece knit top pattern. And this one I sold for $12.55. Then we have some pre-owned books here. This is a pre-owned paperback. What on earth is God doing? This I sold for $8.45. Then this is a little hardcover, like new condition on that one. And this I sold for $10. Now these I put the price on them because they were just a little bit non-traditional price. So just so I knew. So I paid 50 cents for each of these. And I remember when I bought these, it was at a Salvation Army fabric fair. And at this particular fair, this very first day of the fair, all of the books were half price. So it was a great day. Anyway, so $1 total. These are little knitting books, pattern books. So we have socks and slippers, and we have mittens and gloves. And so I sold these together as a set for $21.99. Then this is a little panel of fabric, cotton fabric, different houses, churches, I think. And this is called the Country Cottage Cut and Sew Pillow Pattern by Angela Anderson for VIP. And I sold this for $16. And then this little 3/4 of a yard cut of cotton fabric that kind of features a beauty shop design. So you can see bangs for the memories, all teased up. And this I sold for $19.99. And then this is a vintage handbag handle. You can see some of the different designs they have here, but this particular one is an oval. It's 2 pieces, so you can attach it. And it is made of wood, made in the USA. This I've actually had listed for a while. It's had some watchers. It's been a couple years actually, but it's sold for $18.45. And then lastly, this Simplicity the Winder. I picked this up at the Goodwill. It was $2.99. It is complete. All the pieces are there. Verified that. Tested it. It does work. Works with the power cord. There's also a battery option, but the battery compartment is corroded, so that was all noted. But works with the power cord, which is included. And this I sold for $64.99. So today I have a Columbia jacket. This is a 3T, brand new. I got this at my locally we have a Dick's outlet. So a Dick's Sporting Goods outlet. Got these about 2 years ago, I think. They were on clearance for $10 a piece. I got a couple different color varieties and a few different toddler sizes. I think I bought like 20. I donated a few and I've been selling some. So after this one, I only have 2 left. And I sold this for $50.99. And then a cut of cotton fabric. This is a 1 1/8 yard piece. And you can see it features cars. And this I sold for $20.45. This is a like new paperback of vintage. This I sold for $10. And then I have some Ribbon Floss Shimmer Blend. You see the sparkle there in the blue and the peach. The white is original, so there's no sparkle on that. This is a lot of 8 of these flosses. And these I sold for $29.99. So this is a teeny tiny little stamp set. It's super small. Studio G stamp set. 30 stamps. I've had this listed a couple years. It's always had a lot of watchers. And now it has sold for $10. Okay, so this is my little weekend collection of sales. Our Demons for Real. Scary. Pre-owned vintage book I sold for $16. This is from a repeated buyer. Bought this one. pre-owned vintage hardcover. And this one sold for $13.55. And the Ministry of Iniquity, pre-owned vintage book again. This one I sold for $11. And another pre-owned book, paperback. This one I sold. So these are some different grading rug tools. And it comes along with a couple instruction booklets here. I've sold various rug making tools like these over the years. Some of them are really worth some money. This, not a ton, but I think I only paid a quarter for it. $17.99 for this little set here. And then we have a Christmas counted cross stitch leaflet. This is by Leisure Arts. This I sold for $16. Okay, so today I have the Simplicity pattern, pre-owned but still factory folded. It's for a variety of skirts, and then these things. So my grandma always used to call these caloots. I'm not sure if the rest of the world does that or not. But also divided pants is another term. And my grandma loved caloots. Oh, she loved them. I don't know how I feel about them. But anyways, I sold this for $13.25. Pre-owned vintage 1959 hardcover. You can see it's got some wear, but it does still have the dust jacket, which is pretty incredible. This was sold for $22.99. And then it's a feather practice whole cloth. A feather practice pre-printed panel to help you do some quilting practice. This came in that collection of fabric that I got off of Wholesale Ninjas, off of Facebook Marketplace. It was just a whole lot of quilting supplies, a lot of cotton fabric, and this was in there. So I have a video on that. If it interests you, you might want to check it out. It was an incredible haul. This was in there. And this I sold for $18.45. Okay, so here's my little collection of eBay sales for today. This is a pre-owned but like new, very good condition, 1 year devotional. This I sold for $22.99. And then a pre-owned but again unused Bible study made by Lifeway. It's got a little cover wear, you can see, but totally blank, ready to go. This I sold for $14.75. And then this little guy, I've had quite a while. I paid $2.99 for him, Peter Rabbit. My kids and I always joke when we drive up our lane and the rabbits we see. So the first one's Peter, and then there's Cottontail, and they all have the different names from Beatrix Potter's books. Anyways, this is a Itty Bitsies storybook by Hallmark. So it comes with a little animal, and it's kind of got like a weighted bottom, and then there's the little storybook that goes along with it. So I had another one of these previously. I believe it was Little Red Riding Hood. That one sold a couple years ago. This one has now sold. I probably have had this one listed about 4 years, and it's had a ton of interest, but it just hasn't sold. The other one I sold for more money. I think it was like around $50. But so this one I sold for $35.99. So excited that this gets to find a home. And then we have a vintage booklet by Wilton on decorating tips. This does have some wear here, but plenty of life left in it. And this I sold for $8.25. Okay, so today I have this beautiful fabric with Ariel and Sebastian. I think Flounder's on there too. There he is. So this is a 3-yard cut. I paid $2 for it. Sold this for $33. And a Afghan kit for counted, it's for counted cross stitch. Yeah, tiger lilies and tulips. Brand new, unopened. And this is for $31. This I think I paid like $3 or $4 for. And then we have Pearls in Piping. This is a special sewing machine foot. I got this at one of the fabric fairs, and I believe it was a dime, 10 cents for that. And then this. Now this is really hard to see. So this is a half yard cut of white on white fabric. And well, the white on white says I love Jesus. Maybe you can see the heart a little bit. And this came with the tote of things from Facebook Marketplace that I paid $100 for. Had something from that the other day and a clip. And this I sold for $10. Okay, I have 3 books here. So this is a vintage hardcover. I drove mules on the C&O Canal. I've had this listed probably at least 4 years. Always had a bunch of interest. Finally, it has sold. It's signed by the author. And there's some little extra little trinkety things here. I think this is from like the opening of the C&O Canal. Or maybe it's like a book. I'm not sure. Newspaper clipping. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I listed it. Anyways, it's sold. So I sold this for $55.45. And then the Complete Sayings of Jesus, a vintage paperback. This I sold for $8.35. And Handbook of Church Planting. This is a fairly large paperback, pre-owned, and this I sold for $19.99. This is a beautiful brand new book. I did pay $1 for this book, The Crocheted Prayer Shawl, and I sold this for $16. Okay, so 3 sales for today. This is redeemed. This is another Bible study by Lifeway, unused, brand new. So both of these, the one from the other clip and this one, they were both from a book sale. They were at the very end of the book sale, unpurchased. And so we bought all of the remaining items. There were like a bunch of brand new Bible studies. This was one of them. So this I sold for $12.99. And then this is a vintage 1961 hardcover book. Has some wear. I just listed this and it sold very quickly, so I must have made it a little cheaper than I should have, but that's okay. This I sold for $14.25, and this I got in a bag of books at a book sale. So a paper bag of books for $5. So I don't know what's this, 1 out of 30 books that were in it maybe. And then these are also from that Facebook Marketplace quilt haul, quilt fabric haul for $100. It's a set of 3 Wacky Web mini triangle paper refills from Missouri Star, factory sealed. And these I sold for.
All right, so I'm just popping in here, recording over this video here and just adding some additional information to the screen so you can still know what's happening about the things that have sold. So for the month of January, I managed to list 92 items, not as much as I listed in December, but I still made some progress because I had 58 sales. So now my total profit out of all of those sales, minus my eBay store fee, my purchase price, my shipping fees, and then also just the regular eBay commission. So total profit on those sales was $616.54. Now, when I divide that out by my sales of 58, I come up with a total of $10.63 average profit per sale. So pretty good. I had a couple Wholesale Ninja sales this month, which I hadn't had a whole lot of that going on for a while. It's kind of amazing that I'm still selling those things. It's been quite some time since I purchased anything from them. So 28 books, not 28 sales of books, but 28 books total, 4 sewing patterns, and also 7 pieces of fabric, which is also kind of interesting. I was averaging about 10% in sewing patterns, but this past month it didn't quite make it to 10%. Just some little statistics for you there. So now I'm going to bring back some audio from my original video to finish this recording out from January with a special sale of something that I had for quite some time. So here we
So to
go.
wrap up the month of January, I had a nice big sale here. This is a collection of Thomas the Train tracks and trains. I've had this listed for a long time. I'd say at least 3 years. And there have been consistently a ton of watchers. Just had never sold. And actually, oddly, a couple weeks ago, I sent offers to the folks who were watching it, and nobody bit on those offers that were sent. But now someone has purchased it for the regular price. So $149 for this collection, and I have all the pieces listed out in the description. And then we also have, to finish out the month, 2 other little items here. We have a Like New paperback book for $10 and a brand new shrink wrap pack of L'Oreal. This is a lip stain, and this was $10.19.